Just recently today, I've heard from two other victims that so it's just a lot to talk about, that experienced the same thing that I experienced.
Are you a cheater?
No, I used to be a cheater. I'm not a cheater no more.
Used to be.
I'm a truth teller now.
You're an honest man.
If I can make a man suck my dick, I can make people do anything for money. That's what you said, Puff.
Diddy, you gave me the ooshka smash. You gave me the ooshka smuaf, the smash. Diddy.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
Hip hop wearing skirts, or hip hop being closeted and having a plethora of kids to prove manhood, that, you know, and denial of something that you shouldn't have to deny.
It turned out that the individuals he was standing up for were purported victims of TD Jakes' less than admirable side. Even though you would be quick to doubt it, considering the man's background makes it a little harder to argue with.
TD Jakes was hanging out at a rapper and twerking party. What? That Puff Daddy held. He's sitting right there, old TD Snakes.
Rumors surrounding, Diddy and TD Jakes.
Why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going?
See, they're up in another hemisphere than regular too. They're very insulated. They can do what they want. They got people on.
TD Jakes has been working against the typical flow of people in his field for the past few weeks, since the well-known bishop has been involved in some fairly unexpected news. His media appearances have now taken a much worse turn, with reports of his arrest accompanying his name in the press. Actually, though, Jakes is no stranger to the spotlight, at least not compared to most preachers. His church has grown over the years, and he has been close to several successful entertainment industry personalities, which has won him an almost indestructible reputation in society. You know what follows that kind of achievement? Celebrity. Apparently, the man is well known for more than just his sermons. According to recent press reports, he may not even strictly adhere to his own teachings. There are successful theologians in the world, and then there are others, like Bishop TD Jakes, who appear to have found a means of bridging the gap between biblical teachings and the entertainment industry, especially the hip-hop culture. In addition to having relationships with a number of well-known people in the Black community and beyond, the man's influence also extends to other countries. But like many religious leaders, Jakes has been under constant fire for his ties to a number of wealthy people that the general public views as dubious. But up until this point, the preacher had always dismissed those accusations out of hand because he didn't appear to give a damn about those he thought were against him. We're learning these days that Jakes may not be the perfect saint that many have believed him to be over the years. You see, the problem with becoming entangled in controversy after controversy in a society where headlines rule the day is that eventually, those issues begin to cloud your involvement in anything you may be involved in. This was partially Jake's story, as people began to wonder if the bishop might not have been completely innocent of the accusations leveled against him. The rage surrounding this fire intensified when not one, but two individuals recently came forward to disclose that they had personal, troubling experiences with the preacher's son. This incident also happened to put the preacher's son in a position where people were more likely to believe the recent accusations made against him. The timing of these reports couldn't be worse for him, even if he has been involved in more serious issues in the past.
You look just like the sinner! Just like the sinner!
There's quite unlikely that you haven't heard of TD Jakes, even if you don't understand the message he preaches. Even though his church may have been the primary factor in drawing attention from the media, he has been there thanks to a number of other news stories. Some things come as more of a surprise than you may imagine, like the news of his son. The son of TD Jakes, the megachurch pastor in Dallas, who has termed homosexuality a brokenness and said he would never hire an active gay person, was arrested in a gay sting in Keys Park some time ago, according to a Dallas police record. Following reports that he had exposed himself in front of two undercover Vice investigators, Jermaine Jakes was charged with indecent exposure. The detectives were both men A DPD spokesman at the time confirmed, Senior CPL Janice Crowther. The arrest document states that while the police were looking into a citizen complaint of S activity, they noticed that Jake and a few other unidentified males had parked their cars in the lot east of the park. Jake approached the investigators with his bare body visible through his unbuttoned jeans, and they followed him into a forested area. According to the affidavit, Jake's M was made for a few seconds as he was looking at one of the detectives. The affidavit states that the well-known bishop's son made no effort to hide his fight from persons jogging and strolling along a nearby trail. According to court documents, Jermaine Jakes named TD Jakes Ministries as his place of employment, which given the circumstances most people found odd. However, Jakes was subsequently taken into custody and released at the scene. For those who do not know, TD Jakes is the founder of the South Dallas Church Potter's House, which has 300 to 000 members. In contrast, the preacher in this narrative is a strong opponent of same-sex marriage. HIV/AIDS activists have even called him out for diminishing efforts to avoid the disease by stigmatizing drug use and homosexuality. And yet, his son is shown here being physically caught without his pants on. Regarding same-sex marriage, Jakes previously stated to USA Today, "I have not yet found scriptural authority that enables me to declare you to be husband and wife on behalf of God. The government is unsure about how to proceed with this issue. The Bible isn't." The following week, Faith Johnson, Jermaine Jakes' lawyer, released a written statement. The statement read, "We are aware of potential allegations involving Jermaine Jakes and are currently conducting our own investigation into these allegations. We are unable to say further at this time due to an apparent government investigation." The preacher may soon have to face SIA allegations in court after one of his former mentees, Manasseh Jordan, claimed in a recent video that victims of the alleged power-bottom bishop are getting ready to sue him. It's already dubious enough that his son was involved in an unusual scandal.
Two of the offenders were not only a victim of grooming, as what I described, but of SA.
Therefore, additional victims have come forward, and he has spoken with them. According to Manasseh Jordan, a former disciple of Bishop TD Jakes, who said that the well-known Dallas pastor trained him. It is no secret that, as we can see in the widely circulated photo, Manasseh Jordan most likely once rested his head on Bishop TD Jakes' shoulders. Diddy is seen resting his head on the Black Pope's shoulders. Manasseh appears to have finally managed to get away from the enemy and is now using his position to assist more victims. Manasseh talked about the new victims that have come forward against Bishop TD Jakes in a video that he posted on December 30. Two other victims who went through the same thing as me just told me today that it's just too much to talk about. In the video, Manasseh stated, "Two other victims that went through the same thing as me told me today that there is just too much to discuss." Manasseh claims that Bishop TD Jakes reportedly groomed and SA'd two victims with whom he spoke. In another segment of the film, Manasseh claimed that the two victims he met with had discussed the G, which Bishop TD Jakes was supposedly responsible for. According to him, the victims also claimed that Bishop Jakes had SA'd them. Manasseh Jordan stated that two of the perpetrators were not only victims of G, as I had previously detailed in some of my videos, but also of SA or S assault, from the same predator who had groomed and violated me as a man. There will be charges brought against them.
From the same predator that groomed me.
However, I think it's a whole different issue for you to be entangled in those very stories that you so fearlessly oppose, especially in cases when there is a clear and present danger that it may result in a protracted legal dispute. Many people were moved by Manasseh's video, and many of them used social media to discuss his revelation about the preacher. Someone commented, "I think if he had spoken any longer, Manasseh would have burst into tears. He was so close." Despite his claims to the contrary, I believe he was either a victim or very nearly was. Sad. I have personally saw and experienced this, said another who was more preoccupied with the individuals who were standing with the accused attacker. I got chills at his collapse. We need to break the magic that enchants followers to worship these men and women as gods. Of course, the full narrative has not yet surfaced, and although you could condemn these individuals for drawing these conclusions in the absence of all the information, TD Jakes hasn't exactly had a spotless record prior to these most recent accusations. The pastor became involved with a rapper's predicament just a few weeks ago. That, to put it mildly, did not lend him any more credibility. It's no secret that social media has developed into a dynamic arena where people become well-known, trends come and go, and disputes dominate the conversation. A recent instance involving rap superstar P. Diddy and well-known preacher TD Jakes is evidence of this thriving online market. TD Jakes, who really doesn't need an introduction at this time, gained attention on social media for his purported relationship with P. Diddy rather than his religious beliefs. The peculiar partnership between these two diametrically opposed personalities has sparked a flurry of conjecture and conspiracy theories. Diddy, real name Sean Combs, is no stranger to controversy, but this latest information gives the rapper's already contentious reputation a new dimension. A number of accusations made by TikTok influencer Maisha are at the center of the online agitation around these prominent personalities. At the core is a widely shared video in which she makes accusations regarding Diddy's previous relationship with Cassie, including charges about physical and romantic abuse. Stories of wild-ass parties that Diddy supposedly hosted, where TD Jakes was rumored to be a regular guest, were among the shocking discoveries. The video further fanned the flames by making reference to a hidden phone that belonged to Diddy's late ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter. Diddy's name was already prominently mentioned in connection with Kim Porter's death, which was already shrouded in mystery and speculation. Fans were shocked by this explosive video that went viral online, especially in light of Bishop Jakes' purported involvement in these dubious activities. Several fans jumped into the conversation as soon as news of his purported relationship with Diddy surfaced, with one user even stating that this is just the beginning. Ministries, they wrote, his closet is full of many skeletons, and the way the ministry was operated is no exception. The fact that Jake frequently attends P. Diddy's events is only the beginning. As things develop, stay tuned for more. The pastor seemed to have addressed the allegations once they were made against him and the social media outrage that ensued. Jake appeared to clear up the accusations during a recent church service that was broadcast on YouTube by using his sermon, which he believed to be wholly untrue. I will now conclude with this. I'm not here to persuade you or anyone else, since I am aware of who I am. An emotional Jake added, I didn't come here to convince you or anybody because I know who I am. That is not the point of this. You are free to consider any topic you choose. To accomplish my work, I came to prophecies as I was commanded. I came to hear the Master say, well done, thou excellent and faithful servant. While nothing has been outrightly proved yet, Jake's colorful scandal-veiled history makes it difficult to pick his side on this. However, perhaps some indisputable proof will surface to clear his name. Hip-hop denial of something you shouldn't have to deny, or hip-hop dressing in skirts, or being closeted and having a lot of children to demonstrate your manhood. Diddy-related rumors are getting out of control. The rumor was that his purported affair with Young Miami was only a front to hide his true relationship with the seductive Santana. A plot twist, that is. Though their relationship was anything but typical, this shocking discovery is the highlight of their story. Are the long-running rumors about Diddy being a member of the DL Squad accurate? Together, let's delve into the specifics to learn more. Get this, people. Diddy recently made a significant social media revelation. Currently, he is the proud father of 7 kids. Is it really true? He exclaimed over and over again how happy he is to be a father. He tweeted, I love you so much, Mama Combs, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Delilah, Jesse, and me. The greatest is God. Let's correct the record first things foremost. Young Miami was not a parent. Story ends here. This is when the intriguing part comes in. The astute businesswoman approaches dating in a different way. She says that Diddy and she are dating even though she is single. It sounds difficult, doesn't it? She revealed her viewpoint in an interview with 50 magazine, nevertheless. She stated at the time, "We are dating, we're single, but we're dating." Many are unaware of the meaning of dating. We're dating even though neither of us is single. When I say we go together, I mean exactly that. We are one when we are together. Even though we're having a great time, we're still single. When the public learned of the development, things quickly got worse, and the fans had much to say about it. Some people believe that Diddy only became apparent once his relationship with Saucy Santana became public knowledge. In essence, they're claiming that Diddy was merely attempting to hide his tracks. But there's still more. Some speculate that Diddy may have always used Young Miami as a side project. Talk about drama, To top it all off, rumors persist that Diddy has conflicting loyalties and had a covert relationship with Sassy Santana. When the rumors started to spiral out of control, Diddy previously took a Twitter account to clarify that Young Miami was not his side chick. Young Miami 305 is not the girl I hang out with. Never will be. And never has been. She is really unique and vital to me, and I don't play about with my bad wop. I don't talk about stuff online, and I'm not going to start now. Whatever you say, Diddy, your behavior doesn't really support what you're saying. Furthermore, rumors have it that Diddy's friendship with Young Miami was only a front for his wild antics with Saucy. And according to one of the followers, Diddy himself called 50 cents to take him shopping. So it was obvious as day that he loved dressing up men. When it was revealed that he and Kershaw were dating, I heard this. We all know that Diddy enjoys taking men shopping for clothing, so just take a look at how Santana emerged on the clothing and jewelry scene. Recall who Diddy asked 50 Cent to go shopping with. In addition, Diddy had to give Kershaw that talk program so she wouldn't say anything. According to 50, the event was only a grading exchange between him and Diddy when he was still very fresh. Apart from that, though, there have been a few odd headlines surrounding Diddy, the majority of which have been reported by industry insiders. Following the publication of a bombshell footage by Jaguar Writes, it was discovered that a friend of hers who was working with Diddy at the time had walked in on him engaging in personal conduct with Christopher Williams. The incident had a terrible impact on the former employee. According to Jaguar, her buddy was compelled to leave the room as both Diddy and Christopher Williams showed no sign of halting their personal relationship. Interestingly, the fans were not as surprised by these revelations as one might think. Wasn't Diddy's secret exposed years ago and countless times since? How is this shocking to anyone? To me, it's simply another episode in his soap opera. The entertainment sector lacks morality and is corrupted. Though the rumors that Scene Lovecoms added the pride flag to his brand are not new, his girlfriend, who is well known for her anti-homophobic beliefs, has spoken out strongly about them. The rapper for City Girls is frustrated by the constant criticism regarding the sincerity of their connection. She took to Twitter to express her aggravation, berating others who were jealous and acting badly. I can never be a jealous ass bitch. So please be jealous from a distance. As to the remarks of the American rapper, many are only envious of their relationship. Indeed, the pair has a strong spiritual connection to one another, and they don't hesitate to express it. Not only that, the rapper couple was seen at the BET Awards enjoying the best time of their lives. Particularly Young Miami was incredibly happy and excited as she cheered on her lover at his best. Even though she got a lot of flack for it, she put up a sign that said, "Go Pappy," for everyone to see. But the general public's perception of her appears to be negative, with many still holding the belief that her relationship with Diddy is just a PR ploy meant to attract attention. Even though Young Miami has repeatedly expressed and affirmed her relationship with P, online people don't think Diddy's remarks are credible. The prevailing belief is that Young Miami is with Diddy merely to benefit financially, and that their relationship is not as strong as it seems. This is a fact that even Young Miami's close pals know. As everyone knows by now, Diddy is not committed to any one relationship. He has also cheated on her multiple times. He declined to acknowledge that he is a taken man in an interview with Young Miami, and it doesn't appear that Young Miami is handling Diddy's adultery well at all. Diddy has been under pressure to ultimately come out of the closet and express himself for a long time due to widespread speculation regarding his sexual orientation. However, it appears that he is unwilling to do it. Rather, he is said to have cheated on Young Miami, and her response is telling.
Okay, I'm not going to forgive you. I would never forget. And I just feel like if my husband cheat on me, I'm going to kill him. Like, I'm going to bury you.
Young Miami, who has followers guessing who the lucky guy might be, recently took to Twitter to declare her desire for a monogamous relationship and make it clear that she has no intention of sharing her next lover with anyone else. Young Miami has recently been very open about her opinions on relationships, saying that she is afraid her spouse would cheat on her, which is why she doesn't want to get married. She admitted over the weekend on Instagram Live, "I don't want to get married because I feel like men are not faithful. Everything is personal to me. I'll always remember this. My spouse is not going to get away with cheating on me." That definitely looks like a shot in the direction of whoever gave her that impression. Of Diddy, her previous partner. But keep in mind that although she has been acting like her girlfriend, Diddy has been giving her a sizable allowance. She had previously threatened to end their relationship after Diddy cut her stipend from a staggering $500,000 to $200,000. We don't blame her for being greedy since, hey, there are some serious cash involved. We do not own that. Recall the Miami tweet that was quickly removed due to negative feedback. "I will beat both of them so hard if I ever catch my son acting homosexually." She continued, unwavering in her remarks, and even amplified them. She said, "I didn't tweet anything about them," to Charlemagne the God, the host of The Breakfast Club. "I was just talking about my son," the woman claimed. "I simply threatened to beat my son if I detected any homosexuality in him." Miami, who is young, is openly homophobic, but she stays in a relationship with someone who has been the subject of many gay rumors. Some fans are suspicious that Diddy's genuine sexual orientation is being hidden under this turbulent relationship. She did address the fact that we need to match their intensity in order to keep guys with us, though in an Instagram Live.
Y'all, let me tell you what you gotta do, ladies. You gotta like match these men energy. That's what you have to do. Match the energy. Whatever they giving you, that's what you give off.
Perhaps this explains why she has tolerated Diddy's homosexual demeanor. She may be nice with Santana, but she doesn't mind sparring with Diddy's ex-girlfriend Gina Hine. Gina shared some photos of herself with Diddy during his hosting of the 22 Billboard Awards, one of which showed Diddy kissing her on the cheek. Miami went viral over her and called her an attention seeker on Instagram. "Someone please pay attention to this ****. Miami called Gina out on clinging to her lover because she is trying to get famous in a rail of fighting posts. "Please take note of me at BH take a seat now. You can unwind. That's okay. You haven't been for years. This is the moment you've been waiting for. If he is unable to make you renowned, BH I'm not. Will you give that a look? A kettle that calls the kettle black." However, Gina revealed in a podcast interview that she couldn't help but associate with Diddy since she was so in love with him.
I was so like crazy in love, and it was just hard to, like, I just could not talk to him.
Regardless, Diddy's previous security revealed a few spicy information regarding his covert homosexual activities. He revealed to the Art of Dialogue that Puffy once went to crazy gay parties alongside Will Smith and other well-known figures. If he is making such audacious promises, there has to be something really amazing behind them. Even further, a fan has suggested that Will and Diddy might be dating. Have you all heard the reports that Diddy and Will Smith identify as homosexual or bisexual? For the deal Hollywood stars, they have been hosting homosexual parties. They may also be a pair. Certain things just don't add up. and the likelihood of two well-known celebrities being simply friends when they're both in the closet is quite low. Diddy always seems to be very protective of Will, which adds fuel to the fire. Diddy was among the first to defuse the situation when Will aired at the Oscars last year and slapped Chris Rock. Might this indicate a more profound relationship between the two? In addition, Jamie Foxx has discussed his encounter at one of Diddy's secret gatherings, and I look up to see Dr. Ruth at this absurd pool party, mother.
And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, mother. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. The sex lady.
The troubled union of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith has long been the subject of conjecture and gossip, with some theorizing that it has something to do with rapper Young Miami's purported association with record producer Diddy. Some people think that Will's unwillingness to end the unhealthy marriage stems from the fact that the couple is hiding Will's true sexual orientation from each other. They appear to have come to terms with the fact that their marriage is a public hot mess at a time when public scrutiny of their relationship has reached an all-time high. Not only is Will involved in this dispute, but so is his spouse, Jada Pinkett. The couple has reportedly been driving small children out of their house in their underwear while setting up their purported mentorship programs. The duo allegedly acts abusively against young people behind closed doors, and Jaguar Wright claims that they are bisexual but conceal it. Both of them are bisexual, they act strangely in their home, and young men have fled their home yelling and kicking to avoid them and their guidance. Jaguar said in the interview that the son and daughter of the pair had to have seen upsetting things that might have scarred them. She thinks that the couple's actions, which include secretive bisexuality and abusing youngsters sexually, have contributed to their son's decision to move out of the home at the age of 16. Considering that he left their home at the age of 16 and refused to return, not even for family interviews, he was somewhat of a missing person. Took place in a home. Furthermore, Diddy has been revealed by a transgender activist to have been using transgender prostitute services for a considerable amount of time. I watched him go into his car and watch them exit it with a few $100. Indeed, Diddy has been secretly enjoying his preferences for years. Not to mention that Diddy has a number of boy toys available to him at all times in the industry. Yike Osiris, one of them, made reference to the accusations in an interview with The Breakfast Club. Fans, however, think that even though he refrained from outright confessing, his body language spoke plenty. His body language and facial expression supported it. He feels uneasy and can literally feel it under his skin, proving how accurate it is. He nearly left, feeling like he was cornered. He's jittery, guilty, unable to look them in the eye, and his hands are all over the place. I'm at a loss for what to do, other than to act as though it has nothing to do with the topic. Refuse to participate in it in any way. Apart from that, remember there are other closed-minded men in the hip-hop scene besides Diddy.
Even if we didn't know we was gonna sell a lot, we wanted to at least sell enough so he can make his money back.
Some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club.
He's been hospitalized now for what his family's calling a medical complication, and that
It appears that Ice Cube is disclosing information on the murky side of the entertainment business. The renowned rapper recently shared a podcast on social media that went viral. Cube disclosed that behind the scenes, elites were poking fun at Jamie Foxx. Because of Cube's assertions, everyone on the planet is extremely concerned. Since his awful medical emergency, Jamie Foxx has vanished from sight, raising suspicions and inquiries. We've got all the details on this ongoing conspiracy, so stick around and see us. Oshie Jackson Sr., better known as Ice Cube, is an American rapper whose controversial statements have rocked the world. In a recent social media post, Ice Cube shared a tape from his podcast and declared that he is not a member of the Insider Club that has the majority of the hot shots at its disposal. It might have escaped some of you that I'm not a member of the club. Q continued by disclosing that his audience does not belong to the club. As you can see, every celebrity that belongs to the elites of the industry spreads the illegal agenda to their fans. They naturally include them in this supposed club as a result. Many of you who are listening to me at this very moment are also outside the club. You may be asking yourself, what's the deal with this club? Ice Cube managed to decipher the elites in the sector. He clarified that while the club wants all the powerful people to report to them, they become irate when the big fish, like Cube himself, do not comply. The fact that you don't want to be a part of their ***** club enrages them. That infuriates them. Although Jamie Foxx is purportedly one of the members of the so-called secret society, the group's influence on members' lives is enormous. Furthermore, rumors have claimed that Jamie has been on their target list for a while. It appears that the industry has no loyalty outside of itself. Every celebrity has to confront this club at least once in their career, claims Ice. I refer to the group of gatekeepers that we must all contend with. You see, people don't aware that the gatekeeper's duties extend much beyond simply keeping this club's existence hidden from the general public. Thus, it's not impossible that Jamie's present medical crisis has something to do with the rich and famous in Hollywood. As you may already be aware, Jamie Foxx was shooting his movie Back in Action with Cameron Diaz before the panic. However, the film's development was beset by issues because of the lead actor. According to The Sun, Jamie lost his cool over the output, which resulted in the dismissal of 4 employees. There have been some troubles on set, and Jamie has had a massive meltdown over it all, declared another source. As though it would somehow make things better, he fired 4 members of the production team and insisted that the issues be resolved right away. Furthermore, according to Page 6, the race star is said to have had a fit, dismissing 2 directors, an executive producer, and his driver. Jamie rapidly became ill as a result of the stress of the filming and the production, and neither his family nor his crew could provide an explanation. Jamie Foxx ended up in the hospital following a very serious medical incident. However, podcaster A.G. Benza asserted to Dr. Drew Pinsky during their podcast that Foxx suffered from a blood clot that resulted in a stroke, leaving him partially blind and paralyzed, following his vaccination with the COVID-19 virus. He claimed that while Foxx was filming a movie, he was coerced into getting vaccinated. There was a source present, according to the podcaster. On social media, the assertion gained traction as far-right pundits like Candace Owens shared their opinions. Their silence suggests that this assertion may have some merit. Everyone is waiting impatiently to see if Jamie Foxx makes an announcement. While Jamie's family and fans are extremely concerned about his unknown medical condition, Cameron Diaz does not appear to be in the same situation. The most widely discussed conspiracy theory is the one that claims Cameron really made Jamie obtain the shots. It's interesting that since Jamie Foxx's unexplained illness in April, Cameron hasn't spoken to her longtime friend and co-star. Cameron hasn't spoken to Jamie at all. According to a close friend of Diaz who spoke with the Daily Mail, she just knows what she has heard. Furthermore, Minutes of Horror showed that Jamie was in fact informed that not receiving the industry-recommended vaccination might harm his job. Jamie Foxx was warned that he would be blacklisted from Hollywood if he did not take the poke. The fact that this is not the first time the industry has done this is not shocking. In a recent interview with Joe Rogan, Ice Cube disclosed that he experienced a similar situation to Jamie's behind-the-scenes experiences. The rapper Lethal Injection disclosed that he was also supposed to be in a movie at one point, but that production was abruptly stopped because of unexplained problems. He said that every producer in the business would not cast him unless he received the advice they had given. Hollywood made the decision to exclude everyone who hasn't received a vaccination from their film sets. However, Ice quickly came to the realization that his desire to comply was not the producers. Someone larger than them was involved. Every producer who made the same demand, according to Ice, got hot under the collar about it. If someone was dictating to them from a higher position in the food chain, then why else would everyone be demanding to poke him? Every production has it. Are you saying that every Hollywood producer is required to follow this mandate? Please give me a moment. Ice did not receive the movie as a result of his refusal to take the jab. The most bizarre thing is that, despite Ice not telling anyone about what had happened, the media discovered it. Who leaked the information is rather obvious, isn't it? I did not advise people against getting vaccinated. I kept my decision to not participate in this film a secret because I refused to get vaccinated. Nevertheless, the news reached that, as everyone is aware, it is unlawful to publish someone's medical history without their permission, but no media outlet faced any repercussions for this. It's pretty obvious that a powerful person was responsible. Cube clarified that it was only a ploy to get him to comply with their requests. They want me to be called a fool by others. The main idea is that Ice could have earned a lot of money if he had gotten vaccinated and followed the orders of superiors. They attempted to coerce him into it, though, when he refused to give in. Unfortunately for you, Q was unfazed by it. I'll do anything for $9 million, you know? How naive could Q be? And that's not important to me. Later, Q explained that the vaccine had done more harm than good. Moreover, the elites got many policemen fired from their posts because they refused to get vaccinated. However, it was later claimed that the vaccinated staff became ill from the side effects, and in order to reduce the shortage, they had to rehire police officers. You know, they had to employ them back and give them their money back after firing a lot of people. I believe it was a lot of police officers in New York. However, it is believed that the gatekeepers ordered the covering up of all cases similar to this one. The gatekeepers, nobody can't talk about it because somebody above them told him no. What we take up from all this is that Cube is a director, thus he can afford to not receive movies because he can direct his own. But on the other side, Jamie had no such leverage. If Jamie had refused to get jabbed, he would have been blacklisted by Hollywood, and that would have been lethal for his career. Fans feel that Jamie has actually fallen prey to the warped agenda of the elites. Hell yeah, Ice Cube. With Jamie Foxx in the ICU because of the jab, I would like to say a prayer for Jamie and everyone around the world that has unfortunately fallen victim to our current leaders. Wake up and fight back together. Some people think Jamie had the financial means to decline the vaccination, but he didn't. Jamie Foxx didn't require any prodding. He should have said no, like Ice Cube, since he already has enough money. The public is therefore upset with Jamie for failing to control his greed, which ultimately drove him to the brink of death. How pathetic of Fox to not be able to be strong enough and bold enough to turn it down and do it openly. How shameful. Sad, certainly. But he is clearly sold out at the very least. Shame on him for not speaking out openly before or after. In short, Q's commitment to exposing the dark side of the entertainment industry is extremely admirable. We hope Jamie Foxx comes back with a vengeance. Regarding Jamie's condition, the family has not released any formal information. However, his co-producer, Detari Turner, did give an update on his health at the premiere of Jamie Foxx's Netflix feature. They cloned Tyrone. He's doing amazing, I guarantee you. Doing extremely, really good. He spoke with director Jewel Taylor yesterday. John Boyega talked to him yesterday. He's in really terrific form and spirits, and he'll be back on the TV. He is going to return to work shortly. That's all for now, people. Up until the display. He is going to return to work shortly. That's all for now, people. Until we meet again, bye.